You're listening to our debut release as leaders. Our brother William and I are just releasing our first CD with Mr. Kenny Barron on piano, Kenny Washington on drums, and Ben Wolfe on bass. The CD is a mix of our original compositions. We have 3 compositions each, as well as 4 standards from our favorite composers. These composers that we've chosen that aren't our original compositions are Dizzy Gillespie, Cole Porter, Thad Jones, and Bud Powell. And besides the repertoire, just to go into a little bit about the sideman that we chose, Kenny Washington was the first musician that we approached about this project. And we've known Kenny for the past 7 years since we've been in New York City, but actually our first jazz concert that we went to in New York City, we were 14 years old and we saw Jackie McLean, the legendary saxophonist, play, and Kenny Washington was playing with him. And so it was just a thrill to be so inspired by Mr. McLean and Kenny Washington. Ben Wolfe, the bass player, is another one of our mentors in New York City who's been just thrilled to work with. And Mr. Kenny Barron, who his name and reputation speaks for himself. He played with Dizzy Gillespie, Stan Getz, etc. So we're so thrilled to have this band playing with us today. And we're at Systems 2 Studios in Brooklyn, which is a beautiful studio, and we're just thrilled to be here. We have 3 original compositions each. One composition in particular is in tribute to my favorite saxophonist, living alto saxophonist. His name is Lou Donaldson, and so I wrote a composition for him. We both moved to New York City 7 years ago, and ever since we've been freelancing around the city 5 or 6 nights a week. We've had the privilege of playing with the Village Vanguard Jazz Orchestra, Jimmy Heath's big band, the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra, and just plenty of other bands around New York City. So that's really kind of prepped us for this recording. Everyone in the room today has just had a great feeling, and it's been really easy. We've taken a lot of first takes. Every time it's really different, depending on how you're feeling, depending on what happened to you yesterday and the day before. You can really be inspired by different emotions, different moods, to play differently, and that's what really keeps us going and wanting us to play again, because it always turns out differently, and we're excited to see what happens. There are a few twin jazz musicians out there. As far as I've seen, we are the only twin saxophone players. And I think it makes a good dynamic for our group because the alto-tenor combination in the quintet is pretty rare, and it's not done that much. So I think it makes our group unique.